So now on the show, I want to take a look at the brand new Jeepers Creepers film, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Now, you'll know that over the last week or so, we took a look at the previous 3 Jeepers Creepers films on a critic's journey, and last night we went and saw the brand new one, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Now, this one is an interesting film because it seems to differ itself in a lot of different ways from the original 3. First of all, Victor Salva's got nothing to do with this film. It's directed by Timo Verisanella, and it is written by Sean Michael Argo. And the film itself, it's centers around the character of Chase, played by Imran Adams, a young conspiracy theorist who is obsessed with horror and conspiracy theories that revolve around horror. Now, he is dragging his girlfriend, Lane, played by Sydney Craven, to an event called Horror Hound, where he's hoping that she'll get into the spirit of things and get into cosplay and stuff like that. And she's got other things on her mind. We learn very early on that she's pregnant. And you can kind of take that in 2 different ways. I think the group of us that went last night took it in different ways, because early on, Lane rings a guy and tells him that she's pregnant. Now, some of the people in our group last night took it that she was having an affair with this guy. Other people took it that he was just a friend that she confides in. But he's not around long enough for us to learn anything else, because he becomes the first victim of the brand new creeper played by Jerome Benjamin. This is set 23 years after the events of number 2. Now, that sounds kind of weird, but number 3 is set before number 2. So this is 23 years after number 2. After they arrive at Hellhound, Chase and Lane win a competition through a reality television show where they have to go to what is called an escape room, which looks like it's kind of been organised by this redneck called Stu, played by Peter Brook, and the host of the show is played by Ocean Navarro, and it's there where the fun and games with the creeper all starts. Now, this is a film that I feel should have worked. I say should have worked because the story is actually quite good. I like the fact that it brings the creeper into modern day times, that we have like a reality television kind of thing in there. Like, this could have been a really good way to take a little bit of a swipe at reality TV, which it does do at some points, because they say that we show that the producer is quite an arse with the way that he treats people, and it's all about ratings for him. He even mistreats his camera guy, Ronald, played by Gary Graham. So it could have actually really taken a great swing at reality TV and said, look, these guys don't care about people's emotions. They don't care that people get put in danger. All they care about is the ratings at the end of the day. But the thing about this film that really, really annoyed me was how fake the film felt. Now, if you listen to my review of the first 2 Jeepers Creepers movies, I talked about the fact that I felt that those 2 films were so natural. They had a real indie feel, and they felt really, really natural. I wasn't so much a fan of number 3. As I said, in number 3, it felt like the acting was forced and stuff at times. And Reborn is more like that. Some of the acting in this film is terrible. There is one patch in this movie where it feels like everybody's acting ability just drops. And because of what we're seeing at the same time with one of the characters being tied up, it feels like you're watching a porn parody, like some kind of bondage porn parody that's parodying the Jeepers Creepers films. But the acting in that part is really bad. The other bit that really, really irked me with this film was how fake everything looked. It's very obvious that once everybody gets to the graveyard and a so-called escape room house, that everything is filmed on a soundstage. The trees look fake, the sky looks fake, the house looks fake on the outside. It's really bad, and I don't know why, because this film would have had a budget. I don't know why everything had to be filmed like that. I know that this film was largely filmed in Finland and the UK. It wasn't filmed in America like the other films, but the film would have had a budget, and you would have thought that they could have at least filmed in a cemetery or filmed outside an old home. Like, it just... And there's even one part where, and I hope I'm mistaken, but I don't think I am, they go to a shop to ask for directions, and when they open the door, you can tell that the road and everything outside is green screened. Because the path that they walk on and the grass they walk on looks so fake, and then all of a sudden it looks like a screen. And it's like, what? I can't believe that a film that's this far into the franchise would take such a massive step back from what made the first two films so good. Now, I did criticize the acting a little bit earlier on, but I think the only thing that we kind of get out of this film is that Imran Adams and Sidney Craven probably have a future in cult films. They're both pretty good throughout this. It's just some of the positions that Sidney Craven's put into during this film kind of drags it down that D, almost E grade kind of path. Imran Adams does the best he can to deal with a pretty poor script, but look, I can't praise this one so much. In fact, the only reason I think I did enjoy it was because Kyle and I were laughing all the way through it. It was one of those films where it's so bad that it's funny. I'm going to give it 2 out of 5. I'll probably go back and watch it at some stage just for a laugh, but don't expect it to be anywhere near as good as the first two Jeepers Creepers films. It's getting a 2 out of 5 from me.